Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I did a Instagram video or a new moon, full moon video, but here I am. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter or have been subscribed to my newsletter, I have stopped taking private clients temporarily. I am booked up until the first week of February anyways, so it's going to seem like I'm on this long hiatus, but I'm really not. And it's so I can get back to making some free content that I really love to do that kind of had gotten overwhelmed. And I'll make a vlog on YouTube to go into more depth of why I made this choice and what that means for me. And don't worry, all the channel stuff is going to stay the same. But regardless, we have a final full moon eclipse in Leo at 0 degrees. So for those of us who have planets between 0 and I would say about 4 degrees of Leo, and even you could go backwards into Cancer and then opposite that Capricorn, early degrees or late degrees of Capricorn and early degrees of Aquarius. We want to check in on the collective energy, all of us together. Spirit guides, higher self, creator, source, all that is. Calling upon every soul fragment in every parallel universe, timeline, and dimension. Come forward with us now and show the collective energy that we're being initiated into at this final Leo eclipse. Ooh, wow, okay. So we have Door to Romance, 33, and we have the Thinking Man. On the bottom of the deck, we have Appreciation. So, you know, this doesn't necessarily have to talk about men, obviously. We're talking about masculine energy, and masculine energy in general is action-oriented. So I feel like we're coming to a point collectively where romance and love, and especially love-making sexual engagements, is something that we don't just rush into. It's something that we have a deep appreciation for. It's something that has been exalted. And if you, again, watched my year ahead reading, you've heard me talk about this. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen me talk about this. Our collective desires and point of attraction has drastically shifted. And it's going to, depending on how much it shifts, depends on how much inner work you have done. But I feel like there's a lot more to consider prior to engagement. Okay, on a romantic level. And that's going to benefit all of us. And it's because not only do we have a greater appreciation for connection, but we have a greater appreciation for what we want to offer. And I also feel like there's just this, it's not a lack of action, okay, but it's a desire to be in reciprocal engagement. And that's because 33 breaks down to 6, and then 46 is a 1, it's a 10. So in order to have the complete package, if you will, we have to first understand what we have to offer, what the other person has to offer, and then what we can each get out of the arrangement. And this is a 6 as well, 15. And I say that because once we add sexual chemistry and sexual energy into a connection, it's going to blindfold us in some capacity, because now we're talking about hormones and we're talking about other senses being heightened. And I feel like we're in a place where, yeah, 6th chakra, we have to use our intuition before we engage with people just any sort of way. Because someone could be a really good person, like, and they mean well, but they're not for you. And you didn't have to make that you didn't have to make that connection sexual. That's another thing. There's a lot of people that we meet that are great people and are meant to be like lifelong friends, but we make it sexual or we make it romantic. Like, I feel like the clarity on what type of connection you're having is going to become a lot more heightened as well. Then we have 5th chakra. So communication and understanding how to communicate one's feelings prior to connecting physically is also going to be highlighted. Let's see what the dark divine feminine wants us to know is coming up to be healed and integrated. There we go. Yes, okay. So we have the crane bag, sacred, ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, and choice. And then we have telepathy. Nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. The bottom of the deck says the Selkie in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. So in order to be strong in your authentic power, in order to be rooted in your truth, one, we have to declutter our energetic space. Okay, because sacred ocean medicine to me in this regard is talking about your sacred water within you. Okay, the ocean, the lunar energy that gets stirred up within you, right? Our emotional body, water. You have a choice to make. What we hold on to, there's nothing wrong with having, quote, like emotional clutter in your body, right? But you have to take stock in what's there. You have to know what's inside you. This is like the Chariot card. The speed at which you move forward is directly correlated to your ability to carry the weight. So it's like those athletes that do those like tractor pulls or like pull those insanely heavy objects. They're able to do that because they've trained for that. So you have to be aware of what you're carrying on, and especially when it comes to telepathic communication, energetic pulses, mind reading, right? You're going to know, I feel like, if you have energetic baggage with somebody or energetic expansion with somebody based on the energy that I'm almost feeling like pulses off of somebody, like vibrates off of somebody, because they're making a heart, okay? So the love connections and the overall connections that are soul-based and heart-centered that you're going to be making are going to cause you to also make a choice about what you're going to hold on to and what you're not going to hold on to. This deck, y'all have never seen me use. This is the Magdalene Oracle. Sometimes the book wants you to interpret cards differently, but I like doing it on my own. What'd I say? Sacred sexuality, okay? And then we have Gaia. So in order to become attuned to the earth and the natural frequency of our realm, which is drastically shifting as the collective consciousness shifts, we have to have sacredness in all of our unions. Okay, and I feel like this is also about having a sacred sexual relationship with the earth, meaning like you find deep pleasure in serving the earth and in serving our environment. And speaking of clutter and decluttering, I feel like can also be like, we're all gonna have to realize like recycling is more important than it was before. And this can be like, okay, you have this partner or this person that you're interested in, but you realize they litter. And you're like, I can't sleep with somebody that litters. And it's like, before that wouldn't turn you off, but now it does. Ooh, yes, I'm loving this. All right, Spirit, one final message from the Magdalene. Please, Mary Magdalene. Okay, 2 works. Beautiful. All right, so we have love and we have gratitude. Now, the bottom of the deck is War and Peace. Now, remember, War and Peace, for me, speaks of duality. But inside all forms of duality is a blossoming to love and to be able to appreciate what we have in front of us and what we've experienced. And with gratitude, I feel, comes a strong reverence of peace. And with peace, you find a lot of stillness. And what I love about this love card is it's showing a lotus. And we all know that lotuses have to bloom through a lot of muck and through a lot of ugly. And I find that we're in a position collectively where we're no longer bogged down by what we've been through. And I no longer feel like those of us that are really awakened and have been doing the work are going to be attracted to connecting with people by bonding over trauma. Okay, trauma bonds, you know, if you've heard me talk about this before, it's easy to bond with somebody over negative experiences, even if you're no longer both engaging in them. But I feel like now what's going to make you desire to kiss the divine in another is having a deep gratitude for your present state and for the love and expansion that is awaiting all of you. Yes, wave of power. We're coming into a new level of power, okay? And again, we got 5th chakra again, and the communication that you're going to be engaging in, especially with the opposite sex, and especially within what you find attractive, is going to be extremely exalted. So if you're feeling called to withdraw from sexual engagements, if you're being called to refine your taste in the opposite sex or whatever sex you're interested in, know that you're being initiated into a level of love and understanding and peace and serenity that can only be found through you and your God. Okay? I love you all, and I'll be back soon. Peace.